Chris Bogart with the Orichalcos deck profile. I have two versions of this deck. This is the second version. Robbie Cole has the third version of the deck, but if you want to check out the first version of the deck, this is I wouldn't say this is more consistent, but it's slightly more fun. But if you want to check the other version of the deck, check out my team channel over there. I'll put the annotation up right about there. But my videos on there are mostly Orichalcos based. It's my favorite deck right now. It is so fun to play, and these are all Orcas. At first I couldn't really tell. I looked at the camera, I'm like, oh, that looks pretty real. But they are Orcas. So that's that. I made these myself. But using Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Creator, and I used the wrong effects on some of these, but that's not the point. I'll go through every single card. One Divine Serpent, this is your major win condition. If you knew this on Robbie Cole's, here's its attack points. You'd understand why it's the win condition. Yeah, it's infinite attack and defense. Basically, this defies all the logic of this game. It's level 12, Sea Serpent, infinite attack and defense, dark. The only way to summon this out, I'll show that later, but when it's summoned, my life points go to 0. I pitch my whole hand, and when he attacks, I have to, she or he attacks, whatever, it's a snake. I have to mill the top 10 cards of my deck. The only way to summon this is when this is removed from the field. Actually, when all three of these are. Shunaros, Dexia, and Aristros. Basically, the Shunaros and his arms. Dexia is his right arm, Aristros is his left arm, if you can tell. You barely can, but that's not the point. Basically, when Shunaros come out, Aristros and Dexia come out. When you're in seal formation, Shunaros is hiding in the back row. You have the ultimate attacker and ultimate defense up here in the front row. So what they do, Shunaros is equal to the attack of what summons it, how much life points this thing absorbs, but we'll get into that in a sec. Shunaros, when it leaves the field, these two effects cause them to both pop. And when all three of those are gone at the same time, it's like the end of the grid swings, bam. But his attack is equal to whatever I absorbed with Q Toro, all the life points I absorbed with Q Toro. Dexia is always 300 attack, higher than everything in battles, and it's at 0. And Aristos is always 300 defense, higher than everything in battles. So that's that. Next in the deck, you have triple Q Toro. This thing is amazing because, alright, it's a level 3, it's the only light in the deck, it's a rock. The only way to summon it is special summon it defense. You usually have to put it in the back row when you play seal. What this does is it absorbs all the life points you would take, and when it's removed from the field, or I special summon this guy, which special summons these guys, and when that dies, this guy comes out. So this is the main engine of the deck right here, main core. And plus, I play this at 3 not only because it's easy to search one of them, but it's cool to pop more on a field so you keep gaining life points off the second seals effect. And it's cool. It really pays off. Here's the second version of the deck. I play Mirror Knight Calling. In the original version, I don't play this, but I'm testing it out right now. Mirror Knight Calling, what this does is level 6 Ritual Spellcaster. 0 attack and defense, but when it's ritual summoned, I get to special summon 4 of its token Mirror Knights. And all these, you hide them in the back row, and in fact, I'm just going to pull it up here, since I don't know its full effect. To be perfectly honest, but that's not the point. Like, honestly, the font is way too small on that. So we're going to go on my friend Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia. Mirror Knight Calling. Alright, what this does is card only ritual summon with the ritual spell card Orichalcos Mirror. When it's ritual summon, I'm supposed to summon 4 Orichalcos Mirror token or 4 Mirror Knight tokens. They're all 0 attack, 0 defense, level 1s, with 1 shield counter on each of them. While this card's face up on the field, once per turn, place 1 shield counter, max on each Mirror Knight token without shield counters. When a Mirror Knight token with the shield counter battles an opponent's monster, its attack is equal to that monster battling. If Mirror Knight token with the shield counter would be destroyed, remove its shield counter instead. So that's pretty busted. This is basically the secondary win condition of the deck. There are ways just to hide this in the background and keep poking with tokens and running out of your opponent's monsters. So 2 of those. Since he's not Orichalcos, he's not searchable, so I play 2. Plus he's a lure, removable. Double Orichalcos Gygas. What by the way, if you couldn't tell, Gygas has a different card appearance than these guys for some odd reason. But Gygas, what he does is when he's destroyed, I instantly special summon him, usually in defense. He gains 500 each time I special summon, and when I special summon him that way, I skip my next draw phase. So he becomes a pretty big beat stick and an important card of the deck. In the main version, I play 3 Torgai, and this is a Fiend, so it's searchable with that. But yeah, 2 Gygas. No summonable. Next, Sangan searches Q Toro and Gygas. Sangan's good and everything. I didn't put Torghast in here just to keep it safe. Orica, or cheap, I should say. Next. Oh, Heart and Soul of the deck. Triple Seal of Orichalcos. What this does, it's a spell speed 4. All the seals are spell speed 4 for some odd reason. But you can discard this from your hand, negate, and destroy anything on the field. So you basically wreck face with it. And its main effect is, it's a field spell. It's the first layer of the seal, which is funny because this picture has a second layer of seal. That was my fault. But that's not the point. You understand why the second layer of seal looks blurry. So that's why it didn't catch on to me till earlier. But all my monsters gain 500 attack. I control back row monsters. You can't get through the back row until you destroy all the front row, which is easy to make seal formations. And when this card would be removed from the field, I contribute 1 monster to keep it on the field instead. So that becomes a pretty hard card to get over. And especially, you don't want to destroy this often when I have Q Toro, because then I just remove Q Toro and wreck your face. So that's good. 3 seal. You need 3 of it since it's the only one that's a hand trap. This is better than Maxi any day. Next, second layer, Orichalcos Duotris. What this does is during each main phase, once per turn, you could choose to gain 500 life points for each monster you control. And again, all the seals gain the effects of the previous layers. All previous layers. So, yeah. And if you attack directly, you contribute a monster to negate the attack and destroy the attacking monster. I don't get that either, but that's there, so I just had to read it. Third layer, Tritos. You only play 1 of these. What this does is basically makes my Divine Serpent super busted. And my Mirror Knight tokens busted. All my monsters on my side of the field are unaffected by my opponent's spells and traps. And this card gains the effects of all Orichalcos. Before it, they also all have this name Seal of Orichalcos, just so you can play other certain cards in the deck. And yeah, that's what that does. So it makes your monsters unaffected by spells and traps. Alright, so there's 2 ways to go after you go Tritos. To finish fast, you go Telecos. Telecos, what this does is you can you overlay it over the 3rd layer. You tribute the 3rd layer. And it's the final layer. You could either... Alright, what this does is you could... I have another deck profile coming up soon. It's Dark Oracles, Dark Soul, or whatever it is. But this card gains the effects of all Orichalcos and Dark Oracle field spells in your graveyard. The control of this card can normal summon level 5 or higher monsters without attributing up to 3 times per turn. All effect damage the controller takes becomes 0, and during your draw phase, you draw 1 extra card. So, it's wrecks face. I usually don't go for that, though, unless I have to go for game. I usually go to 4th layer, Quadros. What this does is basically, anytime my opponent's monster's effect activates, it gain destroy it. Gains the effects of all 3 other seals. Then we go to the 5th layer, Pentos. Yeah, Robbie Cole didn't decide to do this because he knew it would be too busted. But Pentos is the 5th layer, and once returning, special summon a monster from the graveyard, gains the effects of all other seals. We go to 6th layer, Hextos. Once returning, special summon a monster from a deck, and it gains the effects of every other seal before it. And final layer, 7th layer, Hextos, or Heptos, sorry, I keep getting those 2 mixed up. But once returning, you can special summon a monster from your hand. So basically, when you have the 7th layer, you can special summon a monster from your hand, deck, graveyard. Your opponent's effects are unaffected. Your monsters are unaffected by spells and traps. You gain 500 life points per monster you control every turn. All your monsters already gain 500 attack. And you pretty much wreck face. You should have won already at that point. But that's not the point. This video is going to be long because I have to explain all the Orichalcos cards. Next, for consistency, 3 Chosen Destiny. You pay 1,000 to add 1 Orichalcos card from your deck to your hand, or you could destroy 1 Orichalcos card on the field, ignoring its other effects. So this could destroy Q Toro or Shunaros, therefore causing crazy bullshit to happen. But what this does, the only problem with this is not Orichalcos card, so it's non-searchable. So that's a problem. Next, we have this busted card. I realized playing 2 was good at first, but now playing 3 is too mandatory, since you gain too much life. Orichalcos adds continuous spell card that can search itself. Once per turn, you pay 1,000 to add 1 Orichalcos card from your deck to hand. So you play 1, get another, play it, activate its effect, pay 1,000. You pay 3,000 at 1 turn to search. Just the 2nd layer to seal. Then later, next turn, all 3 effects activate. Add like 3 Q Toro, or you go to 7th layer seal really fast. So each turn you add 3 Orichalcos cards to your deck to hand. It adds so much speed, and you gain all your life back pretty fast because of the 2nd layer seal. And next, double pure Orichalcos. Most people don't know what this does, but it's a continuous spell. I can only activate it if the seal of Orichalcos on the field, and monsters I control can attack twice. Enough said. Impure Orichalcos exists, but it's not that good. It says you can only activate it when you have a seal of Orichalcos. All your monsters gain an additional 300 attack and defense. But one other ritual card to summon, Mirror Knight Calling. Yeah, it's Orichalcos card, so it's searchable. But yeah, that's that. Next, consistency. Consistency. Search all the seals. Yes, I don't have 3 terraforming. Aren't I retarded? I'm getting some later. But Reborn, Whole, Heavy, Trench Hole. All consistency. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy, comment, subscribe. If you want to buy this deck or any other version of the deck, I still make these Orcas. In fact, they're not in here. They're in here. All the Orcas are right here. I have multiple extras. These are Tour Guide Orcas. Mirror Knight Callings, Q Toro, Shinra's, Divine Serpent. More of them, Gygus, Pure, Q Toro, some stuff here. Then I have a whole nother deck already. I already have 2 of this deck. So here's my second version. We're gonna go through this fast. Triple Tengu. I don't know where it goes. Went. Aw, it's out of order. But yeah, it's pretty much my other version, which you can check out on the team channel. But here's that list. I do have 2 versions of this deck. Problem. What the problem is, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe. This deck is so busted and fun, and I'm planning to have a contest soon, where if anyone, whoever buys this deck can participate in contests. It's gonna be a tournament. First place will get some pretty cool prize, because this deck is hard to mirror match with. Like, it is legitimately one of the hardest things to do. This deck is sort of hard to play, and oh, I'll tell you something right now. This deck is not unbeatable. My brother played Agents and beat this deck. Because you could go like Trishula or Baryonic or Mistworm or something to remove my stuff. Or just mind control my Shunranos. Use Hyperion to pop my Aristos and Dexia, which makes me not drop Divine Serpent. And he was good. He did outplay me pretty hardcore. This deck just needs to be outplayed. The deck is pretty bull, to be honest, because you have spell speed 4 crap, and it's impossible to chain to that, obviously. And at least I don't play Robbie Cole's version with all banned cards, but it's sort of unfair. Credit his. But yeah, this card is not fun to play against. It's actually really fun. As far as I've heard, it's fun to play against. But if you, oh yeah, if you want to play against this deck and test your skill, Orichalcos Challenge. I'll steal your soul. Add me on Skype and challenge me. Just type to me, Orichalcos Challenge. Accepted. And, we'll get our game on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the deck. It took me some time and effort to actually make these. And I thought it would be something really cool. And I have an Entei. That's so cool. It's my freaking icon. No, I'm kidding. That's my brother's, but that's not the point. Yeah, any comments down below? Just any questions on combo duel? If you guys want to see duel vids, also comment down below. Like this video. Duel vids are pretty interesting with this. Not gonna lie. And you do have to know all the combos of this deck. You have to know every card by memory. I know most of them by memory. This is the newer version with Mirror Knight, so I don't know what that does specifically for the deck. But we're gonna figure out. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace out, YouTube.